Hey everyone, it's Marcy here at Learning Curve Acres. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to apologize right off the hop for the fact that, yes, this is going to be shaky. I'm doing this on my cell phone. We're outside today working in the garden. So, this is the garden that we had put in last year. It didn't really do well. The soil turned out to be really quite lousy. Lots and lots of stones. Lots and lots of gravel. This was originally, I don't know if you can see right along here, there was a road that used to go right down there, right down into that gap between the trees and down to the lake. Then, several years after that, this became a parking area for large farm equipment. So over the years, the ground here has become quite compacted. So, we're going to try and build from the soil up instead of trying to amend what's already there. We do have, coming up nicely, I don't know if you can see it here, but we do have some rhubarb starting to come up. I see the camera is just putting a shadow onto it. So let's see if I can point it out. Right in here we have our rhubarb. So I've put a little chicken wire fence over and around it just to keep my helpers from destroying my rhubarb. So today what I'm going to be doing is covering the majority of this in cardboard. I do have a fair bit here. I have a lot more in the house. I'm going to be leaving this area right here. You can see the sticks. So inside this little area here, which is about 8 by 10, that I'm going to leave. We're going to try and do a little bit of gardening here, a few things. We're also going to be putting up quite a high deer fence this year. That's what all these sticks are for. And again, I have many more in another pile. This will be coming down here. This was to try and grow squash and zucchini up last year. Didn't work because the deer came and ate it all. So we're going to be I'm going to take this all down, put the cardboard, and as you can see, I've got lots of straw and newspaper with bunny poo and pee in it. It's all that straw that you see on the ground here is all going to be over this garden area here. So that's my goal for today. Pardon me. I have already dug up a few perennial oregano and sage plants that I had growing in here. And I do still have onions coming up. Didn't know if they were going to come up. They have. So these onions, we're actually going to do everything around them. And then when we harvest them in the early fall, then we will cover this over and take care of this little area. But I don't want to lose the onions just for the sake of a square foot or so worth of dirt. What I have also done is, as we walk over, you can see there's an area over here with a blue tarp on it. That is an area I've already set aside early back in the beginning of March when we had a warm spell. I threw cardboard down. I threw newspaper, rabbit poo, straw. I brought straw over, and I've thrown coffee grinds onto it. So we've been just having this covered, letting it sit, do its thing. The chickens have been trying to get in to help, but this is going to become the herb garden. So in here, I'm going to have my oregano, my sage, my lavender, my chives. I'm wanting to get some thyme as well, some rosemary, all the typical ones. I'd also love to get my hands on some borage, just because I know how wonderful it is for the bees. Even if not for us, just for the bees. So that's something else we're wanting to do. So walking back over to the garden, one of the first steps I'm going to do now is start breaking apart the cardboard, pulling that all down, laying it out. I've got a lot more to bring out as well. Then the next step will be putting down more bunny poo newspaper and bringing over the straw. At that point, I will let those helpers, there's a few of them there, come over, do their best. They will add more fertilizer with their droppings and just help make this garden even better. So those are my plans for today. Got a big day going. So thank you very much for joining me. I know it wasn't very interesting to show you just what's going to be done, but until I get a tripod for the phone, unfortunately, this is how it's going to have to be. But thanks, wishing you the best of life and love, and please don't forget to like and share. Thank you.